NCRP Productions presents Shadowrun, Sunday in the Shadows, Season 2, Episode 1.
Hello everybody and welcome to Sunday in the Shadows. Today we are playing Shadowrun 6th Edition. My name is David. I'm your Game Master. We're going to go around the table and introduce our players and characters really quick, starting with Nomad.
Hi, this is Josh. I am playing Nomad, Recon, and Surveillance.
Hi, this is Barry. I'm playing the Dwarven Physical Adept.
Hey everybody, this is Pedro.
MF.
That was MF. I am playing, Hot Hands, the Mage.
Hi, it's Sequoia, and I'm playing Jelly, the face character.
Alright, well welcome back everybody. You guys are currently all gathered up on the truck. LT's piloting the truck, and you guys are motoring up I-5 in the Sacramento area heading north. You guys have just come away from the zoo where a lot of things have kind of taken place, and that's where we're going to begin our game.
Okay, so let me get this straight. We lost CeCe, we're in debt, we have a truck we got to return, and now we have to figure out where to go from here.
Yes, you have all of it.
Well, technically, I don't think we're in debt. We didn't make any money, but we did have everything covered on the way up here.
I thought you took loan to get us going.
Jelly didn't share that.
Okay.
So
Do not remember this.
yeah, so we are, according to you guys,
Okay.
We're fine.
Yeah.
I think it'd be
Books are in
best if
order.
everybody
Books are in
would pick up that tea I gave you. It's been a stressful day.
You want to go on a mushroom hunt?
What's in this tea? What is this? Is there any
That's-
soy in it?
No, it's my herbal blend. I don't grow soy.
How sure are you?
I'm 100% sure I do not enjoy soy.
Jelly will set the tea down and not drink it.
Start choking.
Yeah. Got you, Jelly.
So yeah, the only loss here is, well,
Well, we might be in debt a little bit towards the car plate. Oh, you're talking about CeCe. My mistake.
Yeah, the elephant in the room, if you will, is this eerie kind of absence, without her. It seems if no one's really addressing it, but it's this elephant in the room. You can feel the presence of that elephant.
I could feel it right here at the table.
Right.
I'll pat my shotgun that I was given.
yeah, Jelly will sniff and put his nose on his sleeve for a second. And he's like, alright, enough of this sissy talk. What's our next move?
Well, we gotta return the car, and we gotta make some money.
Do we ignore that CeCe is not here?
What's there to do?
Do any of you know how to open that portal?
I don't know. I don't know.
I guess they told me about
Yeah, we
Pearl
were
is gone. Was only way in before. But do we not even try? We just
You wanna
move
go
on?
back to that place?
No.
Then I think you have the answer, unfortunately.
Jelly's gonna sniff again, and then I'll make my first roll of the game, as I want to do an influence roll and give a rousing speech.
Okay. Try and rally the troops.
Yeah, bring everybody from
Bring the morale together.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If anyone's going to try and resist, what she's trying to do,
Resist
or if you're just going to listen and kind of let it in, right? Then you guys, don't even make.
I don't care about the role. I want to listen to what she has to say.
Yes.
All right, I got a success.
All right, cool. And you don't even need to make. Typically, you don't need to make rolls in order to basically, stage this, theatric. You just decide
Yeah.
to do it. Yeah. You
Jelly,
really don't need to make a roll unless you're going to be it's going to be opposed.
Do they
But
still
somebody
have
say
automatic
no.
successes
They're
if you
refuting
have,
what you're trying to
for
do.
every 4 dice, you can trade.
Yeah, in this one, yeah.
Do
Yeah.
they?
You can trade 4 dice
four,
for 1.
4 hits for
like if-
4 dice for 1.
If you have at
hit.
least 4, you can and you're just going after 1 success.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't typically need to make a roll unless, it's all part of role playing, the beauty of role playing.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it was more of just a empty gesture, I suppose. Okay. So Jelly's gonna sniff one more time. It's okay.
You need
okay.
Kleenex?
And he'll stand up and turn around and face you guys and say, "Look, team members fall. It's what happens. I can't tell you where CeCe went, but I do know there's no fucking way we can get her back. She went down. We'll miss her. We gotta move on."
Yes.
Okay, then there.
The facility you mentioned. I believe that we're on the same route that will lead us by it.
Yes. If LT can figure out where on Highway 5 we are,
Yeah.
I should be able to get turn off.
So, you guys are on I-5 heading north. You know, you're passing the greater Sacramento area, but you're still in the area. So, you know, if you pull up, a map, you'll see that, 5 travels north, up through Red Bluff, into Redding and all that. And you guys can, to get to Lake Almanor, I know there's a turnoff up there.
You take 36.
Yeah. Okay, you take 36, all right.
36 goes
East, I believe, right? From 5, yeah.
yes.
Right, pretty much at Red Bluff, you continue to go east, and then about, what do we figure, about a half hour or so east of Red Bluff is Lake Almanor, 30, 45 minutes or something like that. And that's where this facility, this research site was that MF was a part of. But it's been several years, since that. And I don't know how much information you shared with the group, other than the fact that you were part of a research project that worked on reversing the effects of surge.
It's actually a little bit farther. It's an hour and 34 minutes.
Hour and 34 minutes. Okay.
Because it's the 11-lane highway,
Right, yeah,
Highway
yeah.
36.
At least there's no traffic.
This is still within the area where we should have no matrix access.
Correct. It is still within the blighted area. Right.
So I have a fixer we can talk to as soon as we get back to the matrix that we might be able to move this pay data.
If there is any kind of magical research going on, I got a guy who might be interested in that too.
I do not know what is left. We were taken out of facility, put on truck, brought to airport, and brought back to Japan.
Bottom line, if we're stripping the copper out of the walls, we're gonna make some money on this.
I wonder if maybe we should have grabbed Megalodon.
Should have grabbed the Megalodon. You left the Megalodon behind.
It was still baby.
Yeah, that's true.
If we could have gotten, tank.
He could grow it to a full-size Megalodon and then really get some money.
The thing about a megalodon is you got to deliver it in person. The thing about pay data is as soon as we get it and get back somewhere there's juice, then we can start moving it.
The thing about a Megalodon is, let me tell you, you're the Megalodon whisperer.
He's got the ghouls, he's got the megalodons.
The thing about a Megalodon, that's great.
You're gotta really consider.
Oh, that's awesome.
We fooled those Aries folk about our trailer, but I doubt a megalodon's gonna be as easy to get by them.
I think that just became the phrase on, Nomad's nameplate. The thing about a Megalodon is... Oh, that's great. All right. So, you guys are heading north. Eventually, you guys will have to make that decision, where to turn off. You will eventually run into Tier 10 gear if you keep going north. So, is the plan to have LT drive you guys northward to 36 and then head towards Lake Almanor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right. Is there anything that you guys want to do while en route?
Sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at this point, sleep is probably the key after the couple days we've had.
Okay.
I can't remember. I don't think we got very good sleep.
Okay. Well, from where you guys are at, it sounds like it's about probably a 4.5 hour drive from where you guys are at now. So you've got time to rest. You've got time to kind of discuss amongst yourselves, anything else that you want to do. Now, just for kind of digging into MF's history a little bit, how long has it been since you were basically walked out of the office at Lake Almanor?
We were, turning pages, 66, and we are now in 81. It's been 15 years.
Oh,
It's been 15
there might be
years.
some stale data.
You remember that the research facility they had 1 floor above ground and 2 floors below ground. It is a remote location, and you remember there being it was gated, and it had it was down like a private kind of dirt road, unpaved road.
Oh, I thought we had talked about it being the old country club, the Lake Almanor Country Club on the peninsula.
The country club were the barracks. Basically,
Yeah, that's right.
They were the living quarters.
That's
right. But the research facility itself was a different structure that had 1 floor above ground and 2 below. But it was on the same site. It was on the same campus, basically. The old lodge was basically the living quarters for everyone that was working on the project, security, support, all that kind of stuff. The mess hall was there, the dining facility, all that kind of stuff. They kind of repurposed the lodge for that.
We can pull up a satellite map, at least look at facilities, see if anything is on grounds. It's very possible it's still guarded, still habitated.
Okay, so yeah, we pulled those up.
All right, so as you guys go to pull things up, right? You now see that where you had like limited functionality, connectivity, the matrix, like at a basic level, is now completely gone.
Yeah, that is just great.
And so are we presently driving deeper into the Blight?
Well, where you're at now in the Central Valley, you're in it. You're pretty much dead center of it right now.
Okay.
So you're in it. And
We've
it's
turned around,
deepest
right? We're going
part. You're heading north.
generally back the way we came.
Yes.
Generally, except we are going up the east flank and we came down the west flank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've moved into it and we are driving through it.
Mm-hmm. You're kind of cutting right through the middle of it right now.
Okay, cool. All right, so we don't see anything, basically, is what I'm getting from this.
What you see as you guys drive, you see a lot of... There's farmland, or what used to be farmland, out here because they still grow a lot of food, rice, things like that.
Dave, I think she meant the satellite. We are not able to pull up any satellite photos.
No.
Okay.
But I am giving you a description of what
Yeah.
you see as you travel, right? As far as the Blight goes, things like that. You see that again, it's the same. You could see in the distance, the hillsides and things like that, they're black.
Okay, so Jelly's going to go in the bathroom and snort a few lines, then come back out.
Okay.
And he's going to come to Nomad. He's like, hey, you want to go scout ahead? Do you want to go see what's going on up there? I think that might be a good idea once we get closer.
You packing Nova coat?
It's special space Shadowrun cocaine, actually. It's future cocaine.
So this here's it's gluten-free cocaine.
Yeah, it's
Soy-free.
soy-free.
cocaine.
Yeah, I got to get it special.
Sure thing, boss. I just gotta say one question that's bugging me.
Yeah, what's up? What's going on?
How did those guys find us in the zoo? I mean, we got rid of the tracker and they still managed to track us. So I think we need to look at some other avenues beyond the technological that they may be utilizing to follow us.
It's
Great-
very true.
great
It's
point.
something to be concerned about.
Hot hands, with your googly eyes, can you see if there's any kind of magical trackers on us?
Well, let me activate these googly eyes. So I'll activate my googly eyes and look around, see if there's any kind of runes or any kind of tracking things. Or
If you, just by perceiving, you don't see that there's anything noticeably linked to your guys' location. But you're moving, so if you're going to project, you would not want to be moving necessarily.
Yeah. If I projected, would there be a better chance of me seeing if there's like a tether?
You could pull over and you could just project and look from
You could do
From
that.
on
You
high.
could do that while
See.
Nomad's getting his bike out of the truck.
Yeah.
And I
Just look
figure
around.
once we're within like probably 10 to 5 miles of the location, that's when we send Nomad out.
And when we're talking about out of the truck, we're driving. Oh no! We do have the trailer. We did hook up the trailer.
You guys
We have
have a-
nothing in the trailer.
Nothing in
except
the trailer.
bike.
Yeah.
You're hauling it. So in the trailer's the
Because
bike,
we were
right?
never successful in doing the
Megalodon.
or the ghouls.
Yeah.
Oh, the goals. Yeah, you guys were going to crowd
We
a
have
bunch of
nothing
ghouls
in the back of the
That
truck.
was
Sorry.
a great idea, and that was in an alternate universe that went really well.
Yeah.
Season 2, Ghoul Train.
Right, the ghoul train.
train.
Bunch of ghouls in the back. Bunch of like a Walking Dead episode,
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, Jelly, if we stop for a moment and let Nomad get his bike, I can astrally project, see what I can find.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it
So
going.
when we stop, I'm going to get out. I'm going to actually look. I'm curious about the Blight.
Okay.
We're in here.
Yeah.
Put my biotech to work.
Okay, so what is it that you're trying to assess?
I don't know that I'm assessing. I want to see what I can see. I mean, is there a change in the soil? Is there a change in the air? Are we seeing things growing that shouldn't be growing here, or something I've never seen before?
Are there clouds?
There are clouds. So there are clouds. There
Chem
are
clouds or
Nope, they're
Okay.
not chem clouds. They're normal cloud formations.
okay? So it doesn't seem to
Natural cloud
affect the
formations.
sky.
Has not seemed to affect the sky, but it has had an absolute noticeable effect on the vegetation itself. The vegetation is withered and darkened. Where leaves would be green, they're dark brown and black in certain areas. Almost like they've been burned, but they really more have been withered. like almost like all of the water content had been sucked out of them.
Yeah,
Right.
we're right in the middle of spring right now.
Right.
I don't think Jelly would necessarily notice this, but are there like crows and
There are. You do not hear birds.
Yeah, Nomad would notice that, but
Yeah, it's very quiet outside. It's very kind of eerie feeling. It's kind of like, the world, something has happened, but there are no obvious external effects in the atmosphere that look like they might be dangerous, or even a presence there, any kind of fallout or anything, if you
We may
will.
not hear birds. Do we not see birds? It is late morning at this point.
If you take a few moments to kind of observe and kind of go,
when-
see if you hear anything or see anything, you
Yeah.
don't see birds or don't hear birds.
What about bugs?
You don't hear any kind of
Life.
critter.
life. Correct. It's completely quiet.
when I wheel my bike out the back ramp, I just want to take a moment to pull my scope up and utilize my cyber eye and my scope. Just
So you're pulling the bike out of the trailer?
yeah,
Okay.
just to look as far back behind us as we can, make sure there's no dust clouds or no
You don't see anything?
no
Yeah.
followers or no.
Nope,
but,
yeah.
but also just kind of taking a look over the horizon and take in some of these details.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see anything, nothing that would, pique your interest, and it doesn't appear that there's anything biological or chemical present in the atmosphere.
So that's kind of a twofold thing, is that we will hear if something's coming, but if there's anybody at the facility, they'll hear us miles away.
And when you say black, we're not talking like fire season burn. We're talking something different.
Right. Yeah. It's not like a fire swept through, but it's kind of a withered, decolored, just kind of
Something's wrong with it.
tarnished kind of, like dark browns. The leaves are kind of, curled in on each other.
Zombie plant.
So yeah, emaciation. Is
All
kind of,
right.
and you've got just a variety of different colors depending on probably the state of the vegetation before the blight swept through. So whatever it was, looked like it happened quickly. Almost, a fire will sweep through quickly and leave, a lot of things behind. Where it's kind of a similar effect here, but different than actual heat and burning. It's more that the life has been drained from everything. So that's what you see when you look at it through normal sensors. When you perceive astrally hot hands, you will go and give me a sensing roll.
Ooh, a sensing.
Because there is something. There is something very faint but broad and kind of canvassing, if you will, about the area.
Astral signature is a specialization. Is that part of sensing at all?
It would be,
Like
but this is not a
reading a person.
specific. Yeah, it's not a specific signature. It's just kind of sensing the area.
Unless somebody wants me to use a success, I got none.
I think this is something you should definitely use a reroll or whatever.
Did you
Yeah.
have a 4?
I did, yeah.
So for 2, we make it a 5 and we get a success.
You guys want me to do that?
I think yes.
Yeah.
Or you can spend. What is it? Isn't there?
And 3 is a guaranteed success.
3 is guaranteed. Yeah.
But 2 raises 4 to a 5.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
So yes, I'll do that. So I got one success.
Okay, so you're gonna spend chips.
Yeah.
All right.
Correct.
And then there were 1. All right, 1's the loneliest number. Okay, so you start to perceive things astrally and start to take in a little bit of this. You are able to kind of pick up on this very dull, very low grade kind of astral signature that kind of emanates from. Normally, when you perceive, you know that the Earth is a living Gaia-sphere, right? Which makes things from the astral plane impossible to penetrate. You can't project through the Gaia-sphere. You can't project through the world, if you will. You've got to actually travel from point A to point B. You can't let me cut through the crust and and come out on the other side. So the Gaia-sphere has this this kind of normal presence, if you will. You know what it looks like normally. Something has shifted in that relevance. When you look at it astrally, there is some type of magically active, very low level residual that appears to be kind of emanating from a lot of the land itself. And when you pick up on it, you pick up on it as just being active. Not so much where it's obvious, but you're like, there is something going. There is something that has affected this. And there's some type of very dull magical effect that left some type of residual in the earth in the area that you're able to pick up with that roll.
Well, that's not good. Okay, well, I'll relay that when I come back to my body with my like astral form projected. I'll just rise up and see if I can tell if there's any kind of astral tethers to any of us or the truck or.
All right, so go ahead and give me a perception test. So astral perception.
Alright.
So, CeCe gave Aaron her stuffed unicorn.
Okay.
Is it on the truck still?
No, it is not. The unicorn is gone.
Jelly does look for it for a minute,
Okay.
but he doesn't tell anybody that he's looking for it.
Look at all those dice.
It's hard to read those
Five.
guys from here.
All right, I got 5.
All right, so you got 5. All right, and so you do, as you kind of rise up and kind of get that bird's eye view as you start to look, you do see in the distance that there is, when you look to the north, northeast, you can see in the distance that there is a noticeable magical effect coming way to the north. Like it's like there's almost as if like the astral plane is a kind of a dull gray kind of mirror of the regular universe. There's something over the horizon that is bright enough to where you can see this some type of magical illumination, if you will, that is up over the horizon to the northeast.
Oh boy.
More northerly, but a little bit north by northeast.
Oh man, I'm curious too.
Like toward the tier? Or in a different direction?
Northeast would be away from the tier.
So they told
Northeast is towards the tier. More northerly, but well, northeast is anywhere from here to
It's like a thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's a spectrum. Yeah, it's like a thing. Right?
It's like a
yeah.
It's a
So,
wedge.
but mostly northerly direction.
so
Northwest.
Yeah.
Northeast.
Jelly told me to just rise up and see.
Now
Jelly
with
did-
astral projection, you travel at the speed
Yeah.
of thought. So you're like,
Oh.
I'm going to go there. Boom! You travel at like 5 kilometers a second.
Yeah.
So it's fast. It's so fast you can't make out details of anything along the way. You can slow to like this projectile or this astral projection roll, and where you can still pick up things, but it's still pretty fast. So when you're traveling full speed, it's like you're getting there really quick in a matter of seconds or maybe a minute. You might be able to be in Europe kind of thing.
Little astral stroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Jelly did not forbade me from going and looking at what's coming, so I'm gonna go ahead and zip up towards that
You're
until
the
I can,
boss here.
yeah, until I can see a clear picture, because Jelly's gonna want to know about this.
Okay, so as you scream off into this, as you're blasting through astral space, you are going to, at some point, you're going to, slow as you kind of. I'm imagining that you'll blast off and then you'll slow and kind of down to a roll where you can like take in your surroundings and then kind of keep going if you need to. So after a short time, you're going to realize that there is a absolute noticeable magical effect coming from Mount Shasta.
Oh boy.
And that is indeed the source of this magical illumination, if you will, that you saw over the horizon. It is that resonant. And as you get close enough to where you can actually see Mount Shasta and its kind of geographical entirety, you're like, oh, there's something coming from the mountain. The mountain appears to be, noticeably magically active.
There's a dragon there, right? Am I remembering that wrong?
Supposedly.
No.
Yes.
But-
Well, so there was the Mount Shasta was the perch of the great dragon Hestabe. Right?
Is she still there?
At some point, Hestabe kind of went into. She stopped making public appearances, but the understanding was that she was still there.
So after I notice that, I'll say, oh boy, more to do with that mountain. Well, you'll want to know about this. And I'll just kind of like do a 360 to see if there's any other powerful magical like orbs like that.
What do you mean?
I'm just gonna astrally spin in place to kind of just look at my surroundings.
Okay. Because you're still several. I mean, you're still many miles away, but obviously the volcano is so big that you can see it from the distance. But as soon as it comes into a clear view, you're like, the upper portion of the mountain is actually very active.
Oh,
All right, magically active.
so if there's nothing else of interest, then I'm just gonna zip on back to my body.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so you get back to your body and you kind of come to. You're like, oh.
Jelly, there's something of interest to the north, and I'm gonna step out of the vehicle and go and just kind of look north. Can I see Mount Shasta from where we're at?
Not from
no,
where you're
right?
at.
No, that's way north.
It's way north.
Okay, so then I'll look and I'll point up that way.
I'll come out and I'll squint and what am I looking at? Trees, like dead trees.
Yeah, you see
the
trees.
fuck are you talking about?
Like the trees, so as a fire would burn most of the leaves and things like that, the leaves are still on the trees, but like I said, the corners of the leaves are all curled in, they've been weathered, so the branches and everything are still there, the bark's still there, but it's discolored.
Well, I astrally projected up, as you said, and noticed a almost sun-like amount of energy coming from the north, and so I zipped up that way and got far enough to see that, something insanely magical is happening on the top of Mount Shasta.
Is person? Is dragon?
Well, I chose not to zip all the way to Mount Shasta. I don't know, but I don't think I've ever seen such a huge amount of magic in one spot.
Do we have any trackers on us? Did you figure that out?
I did not see any trackers on us.
But you looked.
I did look.
Okay.
For brightness, is what level initiates? Is many above you?
I don't think if I burned every molecule in my body to form an astral signature that I could create such a signature.
Is not good.
It could be the dragon, and based on my little visions, we did see something happening to a dragon.
The fucking visions. Okay.
When you look, is tendrils everywhere? Is tendrils to plants and ground and...
The earth had a slight sheen to it. There's some form of magic.
What is sheen?
How am I gonna put this? There's a lot spackling, a lot dusting. It's as if somebody sprinkled magical dirt all over the land.
And is come from mountain brightness?
I do not know. I didn't see a connection to them. There was no connection from this to there. It just permeated the land all around us. It wasn't strong what's on the land, but it might not need to be to cause damage gradually. Heck, it could be a form of astral fallout.
Now, I will add, and I know I mentioned this earlier, but Mount Shasta has been erupting for several days, right? Not like pyroclastic flow kind of thing, but it's just there's smoke billowing from the top. It is erupting.
Just go to the dirt and pick it up. Like, do I pick up the black stuff too?
So when you go to the ground and look at the soil, there does not appear to be anything, no additives been added to the soil, but it's discolored and it feels dry. There's no moisture at all.
This is not good planting soil.
It's different than in your garden?
Yes, very. My garden is very perfectly pH balanced. It's nitrated just right. I mean, you
Jelly goes back in the truck.
Eat the dirt. It's so good.
Is missing microbes? Is this? This has?
Nomad fires up his bike.
They're all outside
And
the
then
truck
actually,
preparing dirt.
I kind of look at it and I
guys are
am
talking dirt.
curious.
Yeah, it's
about
not a
Where you lose
dirt.
me.
It appears- so do you have what kind of if you've got a biotech roll, biotech skill, you
I'm
can make a
assuming
roll.
you're driving off.
Yeah,
I
I'm getting ready
do
to.
have a biotech. I have a biotech of
I was just
one.
Go ahead and give
waiting
me a
on
roll.
his record before I.
As you kind of look at this and go, okay, let me see here.
Can I get a? I don't remember if it gives me a bonus, but I.
So
but I-
can I aid him? Because I can't look at it astrally.
Right.
But I have an idea of what we should be seeing.
Yeah, you can assist. Yeah.
All right.
So you roll, and then for every hit that you get,
He
he gets an extra dice.
Right. Gotcha. So that will give you 2 more. dice.
Okay, excellent. And then, do I get any bonuses for my BA in agricultural sciences since I know soils?
And so the way the knowledge...
Is that
I don't
knowledge?
remember- I
Is
don't-
that knowledge?
Yeah.
You took it as knowledge?
Yeah, the knowledge skill gives you the ability to make the roll.
That's it. Okay, yeah, I always forget that.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Do I get bonuses for being clever?
sure.
Yay.
1, 2. Ooh, nice. Actually, 3 successes.
And that's with my 2 additional dice?
Yes.
Nice.
We
All
know
right, so
so much about the dirt.
When you look at the soil, you know, even though it's dry normally here, you know, the soil actually is more. It's devoid of any. There's still a level of moisture in the soil, right? As far as the nutrients, things like it, it's completely gone. Meaning the grit, like the particles in the soil and things like that. They're just it's like old coffee grounds or something that have been dried out versus something that you've dug fresh from the earth.
So it's devoid pretty much of any biological matter
Right.
or capability.
Exactly.
Maybe drained.
Yes.
A small tear falls from my eye
Okay.
past the scar on my face.
A shear, drop
Yes,
a shear,
just
roll
a-
it down.
just the one little drop of liquid that actually is
Sad
permeates
state of
the
affairs.
soil.
All
Yeah.
right.
You have something in eye odors is bad.
This is just sad. The
Sad-
guy's
is
sphere
sad
is sad.
bad?
Sad dirt.
It's very sad dirt.
Is still not answered. Is sad bad? Is not no good?
Oh, it's not good. I am wondering how we'll ever be able to make this dirt, propagate any more kind of plants in it.
No life, no microbes, no living, no.
Well, not that I can see with my naked eye.
Is it getting worse the further north we go? Like, does it seem to be related
we
to
wouldn't
the?
know.
Well,
Yeah.
we've been driving past it, right?
Yeah.
Well,
We haven't been
actually,
doing dirt sampling.
what-
though.
No, but
What
I
I'm-
didn't see it like
what
getting
I'm-
darker or
Yeah,
getting more
or
wilted
shittier.
or like.
What I'm curious about is, does this look worse than when we came down?
It's worse here than what it was when you first entered the area. So on the outskirts of the Blight,
Okay.
up to the north, it wasn't as severe. But here you're right in the heart of it,
Yeah.
right? So
Okay.
it's really bad here.
But it's not like we're watching it progress. We were
Right.
at an area where it hasn't gone as far, so we were going.
Exactly.
All right. So it's just the bands of we're good, and then we're going farther into the infected area.
Jelly,
She is in truck.
Jelly, could you please come out here?
Are
There's
you-
decisions to be made.
He can hear you over the.
I'll pause a moment and say, we're done talking about dirt.
All right, I'll come back out.
If you guys have any more dirt conversation, say it now.
No, but shouldn't you be on road?
Like,
Get on the bike and
I
go?
wheeled the bike
How
out of the
far are
back
we-
of the trailer.
Yeah.
You guys are still like you're still on
far
like
are
the
we-
north side of Sacramento. So.
Oh, so we had said that we would wait till we were within 10 miles of the place
Oh, okay.
to do
No.
all this.
Wait.
Am I wrong?
Oh, wait. No, you had mentioned it. I don't know if we actually solidified
that's
We all
what I
ignored
was-
you.
Okay, you guys can decide how far you've
So
gone.
if we are hella far away, you wouldn't need to
No,
get.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter.
So your objective is once you guys get to a certain outside of a certain range, you're gonna get the bike out so you can
Right.
do some recon.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
going to scout in broad daylight.
More
so that he's the
maneuverable
small
and
target.
quicker. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And smaller.
So how
Yeah.
far away? So basically, if you take 5 north you're gonna run into Red Bluff. From Red Bluff, you can hit 36 going east. It's about another hour and 40
Hour and
minutes.
34 minutes.
Hour and
Yeah,
30
so
minutes to
We're
Lake
a
Alamo.
little ahead, I guess.
So what you like 10 miles out or something like that, kind of, or what
Yes.
range do you want to be?
Yeah.
I think 10 is far enough away that they won't hear the truck coming.
So is the dirt
Right.
conversation been exactly the same when we've
Yeah.
we've
well,
this is where
I
we've
just
done
don't
it?
take
can
my
be.
bike
Okay,
out. I just don't take my bike out quite yet. I did take my rifle out and just check out the horizon.
That
makes
but
sense.
I didn't take
So we'll
my bike out.
reload, then drive there. But we're going to have the dirt conversation again because I'm going to wonder if it's any better or
Well,
worse.
have the
I mean,
dirt
we're coming towards the
conversation
lake.
Right.
There is an expectation of life.
when Jelly comes out, I
Yes.
have questions first before we start moving.
Okay.
First, let's ascertain, are we 10 miles away or are we at Sacramento?
Sacramento.
Okay, so we're still in Sacramento.
I think
All right.
Sacramento.
Okay.
So yeah, you're in the northwest side of Sacramento right now.
Great.
Heading north on 5. Then you've kind of pulled over. There's areas to pull over, and you kind of projected to kind of
Okay.
take in their surroundings. And that's
All
when
right.
you saw something going on. The mountain,
Okay.
the great eye, did
So
this.
I will exit the truck if you're done talking about dirt.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Jelly, there's something bad's going on at that mountain, and it's got my curiosity up. I don't know if there's money to be made, but there is a lot of magic coming from there. which is not the norm.
If we continue on our trajectory to the facility, is it going to take us closer to the mountain?
Technically, yes, because we're just traveling north.
5 runs straight past the town of Mount Shasta.
All right, I'm all about punching above your weight class, but a fucking dragon mountain volcano? That's what we're...
First Green War, then portals, now dragons.
Yeah,
if you'd like,
Sounds like a Shadowrun game.
if you'd like, I could technically zip up there astrally and come back. I just did not want to do that without expressly telling y'all.
What is the... Let's say you get up there and there's something looking back at you. Can it affect you? Can it hurt you?
Technically, yes.
What happens to your body?
If you die in astral space, you die. Your
well-
soul go bye-bye.
With all due respect, I think we're getting off mission here. We do have an objective. We could just... We're a long way away from that mountain, so...
And beyond that, God forbid, obviously, but if you were to die, we would be down a real heavy hitter. So perhaps we could table the
You still have your map up
dirt magic for after.
there? Like,
I'll just...
how far away was Red Bluff from Mount Shasta? Just kind of give you guys a relevance of how far away it is, because I think as you guys get closer, you're gonna be pretty. It's gonna bring you dangerously close to the mountain, geographically speaking. You guys are a fair distance away from here, but you're hours away. This is gonna bring you miles away, right?
It's approximately another hour, so we're talking.
So
we're actually
halfway
talking
there.
closer because we're on the 5. It's actually closer by driving to Mount Shasta than it is to Helmanor.
Right. Okay.
So we would hit Mount Shasta
So we kind of
first.
go around it.
No.
I'm-
Red Bluff, we go straight. We go to Mount Shasta. We turn right. We're going to Helmanor.
Oh, okay. So we can just head back to Red Bluff. Perfect.
Yes.
Or when we get there, and if I want to go take a sneaky peek.
It's not like I would
But yeah,
know.
at Red Bluff, you're an hour away from Mount Shasta.
Hour and a half from either one.
Yeah, so you're pretty close. It's gonna.
So you could travel there and back really fast.
Yes. Supremely.
If he is not killed.
If you're not
Yes.
killed.
If I were to be killed, well, hopefully you all would do the right thing and burn my body and spread it upon my garden.
Jelly's going to kind of press his temples. He's going to go, what is the likelihood of the volcano being a danger to us before we reach the facility?
Well, I suppose it could always
Give me a
erupt
percentage.
again.
Percentage.
That's it. Jelly, I don't have that.
I would
piece
say
of
less
paper.
than 10%.
Less than
Is
10%.
north, we go
Yeah,
east.
other than the since it is a volcano that's erupting, there is ash in the air, but it's going to be a lot more. You could see there are ash particles in the air here, but it's not. It's probably going to be worse as you get closer.
So,
And I could always purge the soot out of our lungs, too.
all right, let's start with the facility and then we can discuss the volcano magic thing.
I'll stare north again and say, all right, Jelly.
So question is, do we send him north at Red Bluff?
No, I don't think so. I think after.
Okay.
Make sure we
Do
survive
we stop
that.
Red Bluff and send him east to facility and have Nomad scout as well?
That makes sense to me. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I think we should astrally scout the facility. Like, you guys are bloodhounds for trouble, digging their nose into places that don't belong.
I do not think. I do not think we represent such thing.
I am just,
It was bad luck. Is maybe child.
And
Child was
honestly,
evil.
The worst thing that happened was I got shot in the face with a shotgun. It could
Yeah.
have been worse.
And he looks good. Yes.
Overall, I look pretty
Still
good.
can
I
sell
would say.
butter.
Yes, I
I
could
suppose
still.
so. But
Just
just because you survived the first one doesn't mean you'll survive the second one.
Well, fortune does favor the bold. And fun fact, I actually do sell
Okay,
butter.
let's
and
take it on the truck.
I have some in the truck if you want to try it.
You have butter on the truck?
Well, yeah, what else am I going to put on my toast with the tea?
Get in the fucking truck.
If you want, I have some breathing exercises.
He's walking.
you see.
He's like speed walking back up. Yeah.
I'll go ahead and get on the fucking truck.
All right. So everyone's back on the truck.
Yeah.
And we're driving to Red Bluff,
Yeah, we'll
right?
tell LT.
Yes.
All right. So unless anyone wants to do anything specific, all right.
I
we
want
are
to do
now
something specific.
Okay.
While we're driving up there...
Son of a bitch.
No, I'm not actually projecting. I know that's what you all think I'm going to do. Although I do know where you're going, so I could. The thought of being a little stinky like that did cross my mind. No, it's something small. I just want to, as I'm laying in my bunk, Hot Hand knows that, mental links can only go so far, and, they only have stuff. But why not? I'm going to lay in bed, and in my mind, I'm going to be like, Pearl, I don't know if you can hear me, and you probably can't, but it was good to see you again.
All right.
And I hope whatever happened to CeCe was quick.
All right. As you kind of, focus your thoughts around that, around that communication, you don't get anything back, but you do, a sense of calmness does kind of sweep through you a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I'll do.
Okay.
It's called a placebo. Moving on.
All right.
So at Red Bluff.
As you guys get closer to Red Bluff, the one thing that you are going to notice is that the amount of ash in the air is going to become thicker. Now you're going to see it as it starts to you can see it noticeably kind of laying down as a film on the ground.
So it's like cat food level.
Well, not quite cat food yet, but I mean, and not like a snow dust, but you can actually kind of see it. It's the windshield wipers are constantly being the washers being used and things like that because it'll build up on the blades and on the windshield. Even though the windshield's broken, from the zombie or the ghoul that tried to bust its head through. When LT rigs the truck, he doesn't need the windshield to see, but he does clean the windshield for you guys as we drive down because he wants you to be able to see things.
When we get to when we get to Red Bluff, can I look out a window and I want to sense to see if the ash coming down has that same kind of magical sense that was on the earth.
All right, yeah, go ahead and give me a sensing test because you're basically gonna you're looking at the actual the content of the ash particles, trying to see if there's anything there.
God, that's pathetic.
They make these magic grenades that's like a bunch of fungal particles or something that blinds mages astral sight.
That's so
and
cool.
Just floats through the air.
Anything
Yeah.
biological.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they used to put stuff into the walls. You would have them load up things
Yeah.
like
Fungal
moths
paint.
and that type of stuff because
Yeah.
you couldn't project through the wall.
Yeah.
Oh
Right.
my god, that's so funny.
Ew.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so one is all I
one,
got.
right.
Yeah.
You don't see. You don't pick up anything with one.
Okay. Then I want to try again and again.
It
until I
looks
get
normal. You can. You're just a -2 dice pool penalty, so you can actually try it.
I want to
again.
try once more.
Okay.
Okay. I got one more. Oh my god, how did I get that? I got 5.
All right.
What?
Boom.
You were looking the wrong direction.
I was.
Yeah, you're looking the wrong.
Yeah.
You're looking out
I
the
was
wrong
like,
window.
okay, this window's bullshit. What about this one?
So as as you kind of reach out, you roll down the window and you kind of swipe your hand across the the fender, or the side of the door, and you're looking at the stuff, and you get a better idea as you're kind of interacting with it at a different level now. There is absolutely the same thing that you're kind of seeing across the land. That same kind of resonance are in these particles.
Okay, yeah, and I'll just run it through my fingers and look at it.
It's very faint. It's almost like its signature is somewhat camouflaged, right? So it's hard to tell, but if you look at it and spend enough time kind of scrutinizing it, you're like, there is something here.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of come over as everyone, I have discovered something, and you just see me rolling around black soot in my hand.
Again with the fucking dirt.
Well,
This
actually,
is not officially dirt yet. It's not up ground.
Yeah, this is.
Just gonna point my finger at him.
Well, I was curious about the ground and the magic, so I tried over at that window, but it was not sufficient. So I went over here, and I looked real hard, and this has a very light astral signature, as if it's almost being camouflaged.
It's same as mountain.
Same. I don't know if it's the exact same as the mountain, but I know this is the same as what's on the ground.
He can see if it is, right? I don't remember for Shadowrun. Can he see that it's the same signature as the mountain itself.
With your five successes, we never sense the mountain, but it's the same signature that you saw that's kind of emanating throughout the Blight.
Yeah, I'm just assuming at this point. I say this is the same as what's on the ground. I'm gonna go ahead and make the assumption that whatever's causing the Blight very well might be right up that way north.
So, as you guys are having this discussion, the truck brakes. You guys hear the truck brake harshly and feel it. Everyone needs to make an athletics test to keep from getting knocked prone inside the truck. As LT slams on the brakes on the truck.
And is this going to be athletics with strength or athletics with agility?
Athletics with agility.
1.
I have 3.
All right.
2.
All right. As long as you've got 1, you're fine.
Oh.
No, that's like
You got 1.
Oh, you got 1. Okay. All right. So you guys, you guys get 1. You like brace yourselves as the truck kind of, the brakes, lock up, and you feel the weight of the trailer, everything, you hear LT go, whoa, we got obstruction, right? And as you look out the window, you see that there is a form standing in the street that has a white gown on. It's facing away from you, right? But it's standing in the middle of the road, barefoot, right? Looks maybe like fresh out of a hospital, maybe, or something like that. It's got the white gown on. It's kind of exposed in the back a little bit.
And white is untouched by ash. That's important.
Yes, it is. So it's discolored. It's dirty.
Okay.
But it's a white gown.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay.
And this person appears to be maybe female, long hair, dark hair, no shoes, standing and kind of slowly plodding one foot after another in the direction you guys are going, right down the middle of the interstate. Or the road.
I'm gonna sense this person.
Like away from, like she's going the same way we're going?
She's going the same way you're going.
Coming up
Is she
behind her.
walking or she stopped?
No, she's walking, but she's walking really slow and kind of not in a rhythmic walk, And kind of LT, the truck is coming to a halt, and this person doesn't even turn around to take notice of the truck.
I'll tell you why you not go around. Just drive around.
Well, he's like, you want to take a look at this, Captain?
Yes, slow down. Okay, hot hands, what is it?
Yeah, he's brought the truck to a stop. Okay. He's kind of in the middle of the road, so it's like he'd go around, but he might drive off the shoulder.
I'll come up and I'll pat his shoulder and say, hang on a minute.
I'll grab my shotgun and start loading it as I go into the front, and I'll say, let me go ahead and take a look, and I'm gonna sense to see if a person's magical.
Okay, so go ahead and give me an sensing test.
2.
And everyone else can give me a regular perception roll.
2.
2. All right. So the general state of the signature is weak, but calm, I guess, and is mundane.
Okay.
All right. So anyone that got a success, you're also going to notice that because the way the gown ties in the middle and the back, but it's kind of open, right?
Got a big fat ass.
There's
Sorry.
right. That's right.
I said
A
that.
whole lot of junk in that.
Just
Other than a
lip
30
down.
coming out the back of that thing, right? It's the living world, right? I love I'm totally open to the characters skirting the landscape.
Everyone's looking for danger,
Right.
except for Jelly.
She's all dat ass.
Got distracted.
You guys see that?
You'll notice that there are 2, for lack of a better word, they look like hoses attached to the maybe upper
Ew.
shoulder area that are hanging down.
Now you say the word hose.
They look like-
I'm thinking garden hose.
They look
Yeah, maybe
mechanical?
We're talking about.
They look to be about the size of a garden hose. And they look
Do they
black.
look organic or mechanical?
They look synthetic.
Okay.
I would say, what's an organic hose?
Well, I don't know, like
Well, I
Wing-
would show you, but it'd be a little weird.
I was thinking like wing stumps or like insect arms. I don't know.
Insect.
I don't know.
You didn't hear the
Couple
answer. Intestines. That's an organic hose.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Yeah.
That was what I was-
the hoses seem to be attached. You can see they travel down and kind of dangle down along the spine, and they're on the inside of the tie of the gown, but they hang down to about the lower back, and they just end. They're not braided or frayed. They're just. It looks like a piece of maybe automotive hose, like a radiator hose looks like that kind of thick dark rubber.
I know that riggers
Kind of looks like that.
riggers don't have tubes.
Not like
They have
that.
a
No.
jack.
They would have
There's so
wires.
many-
They're things in their head, right?
there's so many different types of cyber work.
Is
too.
there any way, looking at it, that I'm thinking that this is some kind of a medical shunt, a drain, that type
Could
of
be.
thing?
Could be.
Okay.
Jelly.
Be a big shunt, because it's
Yeah,
long.
that's-
I mean, it's good, at least
Are they
24
magical?
inches long.
And it's running down, so it's
No?
somewhere
Looks like
mid back or higher.
Exactly.
I don't see where it goes.
It looks
in,
like
but
it looks like it's probably going into the upper shoulder area somewhere.
Okay. Potentially lungs then.
So
And this person whatever this is, has not yet turned around and
Nope.
continuing to plod forward.
Kind of continues to plod
Away
forward.
from
It
us.
takes a step, and then as soon as that foot plants itself, it begins to beleagueredly bring the other foot forward. So it's effort. It's exerting an obvious effort, and it's walking irrhythmically.
Okay.
I say live and let live, we go around.
I'll rack a shotgun shell and say, Jelly, this person is a mundane. They are not awakened. If they are injured, I feel like I want to go check and make sure they're all right.
Injured? They
It's
have
a-
tubes coming out of them. They're not doing great.
Yes, well, that puts more of an emphasis on this is a personal thing.
It's no Hippocratic oath for you.
No.
Okay, I'll
but
come
there's
over
a personal oath.
and I'll loop an arm around Hot Hand's neck. Let's play this out, okay? So
Yes.
we go out there and approach the tube person.
Yes.
Hopefully they're nice.
Hopefully.
Best case, they're friendly. We
Yes.
bring him back to our truck, where we're gonna go to a facility to shake it down for
remember
illegal
Daniel.
data, and then we're gonna go to a
let's go.
volcano with a big magic ball on it that is ruining the country with the tube person.
Or I could just heal the tube person if needed, and we could send them on their way.
Person.
You want to heal the tube person and then send them to where?
I don't know. There's a town right here. They could just go scrounge.
It couldn't hurt to see what they know about our surroundings, and I
There
can
is not
cover
much.
in.
There is not much town here, and if we are still in evacuation areas, is no town.
She's mundane. If she's mundane, then we can drop her pretty quickly if she becomes.
I think she. How do we decide she's she?
We don't know.
wasn't
The
Sean-
person-
Oh, I
Drunk.
guess.
It looks female, long hair. It looks to be a female or smaller
Okay.
stature,
So-
petite stature.
I say she get here good, he go fix, and she go back her own way.
20 minutes.
That's more than sufficient.
All right.
All right, and so I'll put the shotgun in my holster,
Okay.
and I'll head on out. I'll say, just cover me.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll take up a position. I'm too close from my rifle, so
I don't want a 50 cal at
Yeah.
20 feet.
I'll just
Close the missiles. I'm switching the guns.
I'll just take up a position with my pistol over the hood, just
Okay.
for a little
And I'm
stability.
aiming through the windshield hole.
Okay.
Through the windshield hole.
Okay, yeah, right.
You could use the windshield as a brace too.
Yeah.
No.
No.
So you're kind of aiming through you're leaning over, kind of aiming through the windshield.
Are you up
hole.
on the
I'm
seat?
assuming I can literally sit there and aim.
No, you're standing on the seat, so you can
Yeah, you're
reach.
standing like the middle, console, as a dwarf.
Aren't you wee? Aren't you a little guy?
Well, you're a dwarf.
I mean,
so dwarves are still
not
like
that
5 foot.
short.
He's not shorter than the dashboard from the.
Do you want to
No, I can
boost?
see over there. LT is. Everyone forget. LT is also dwarf.
I just picture
I don't
like a little booster seat with flames on the side for
You
him.
know, honestly, I assumed that he was for some reason, and this is terrible, I assumed that it was a really large chair, and he was just this little tiny sitting in
I
it.
also pictured that.
And he's sitting in a bucket seat.
And he's
because he
wearing
doesn't
a
need
little
seat.
army
Yeah, yeah.
outfit.
I don't know why. Maybe every time we talk about it, he
Well,
gets a little
so
smaller
LT,
too.
he does sit in the driver's
Yeah.
seat because that's where the controls where he breathes in. But he kind of, he doesn't stand. He kind of lays in this almost like a recliner position.
that's
and he lays there, and he's like being in a dentist chair. He just kind of lays there, and he's kind of tuned out.
We really need to stop talking about it because every second he's getting smaller.
He's
in
just
my
like a
mind.
little marshmallow with
he's
toothpick arms.
Yeah, no.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Is not gnome.
LT is a little short for
Yeah.
a dwarf, but he's always got the boots on, and the bandana, the cravat, around the head, he's like,
Did that make it easier for him to kind of go through the jungles during Nom that he was definitely in?
It protects
Probably
him.
was not a dwarf.
protects his
Unless he
against the
really is a
insects
dwarf.
and things like that,
A human dwarf, not a dwarf.
A really
No,
not an
old,
awake.
old,
The Nom
old.
is his head.
But how many?
Yeah.
He lets you know that his footwear are standard issue.
standard issue, and we see a little rigging on it for a little extra oof.
Reagan and Boss Reagan face on the side of his boot.
It's got like the
These are-
inserts to make him taller.
These are standard issue. What are the platform shoes, or what were those? What are those? Oh, shoot, I can't think. Anyway,
Yeah, the platforms, you know,
Yeah.
with the big, yeah.
the really
Elevator
thick
shoes,
one.
which
Ele-
is
that's it.
elevator
Elevator
shoes,
shoes.
yeah, elevator
That's what I was
shoes.
thinking. Old school. Yeah. Okay. Enough on LT. So I'll go ahead.
Dwarf and big platform shoes.
I'll go ahead and pop out of the truck, and I'll walk to the.
I closed the door behind you.
Yeah. I'll walk to the front of the truck.
So when you hop out, when the door opens, you know, the girl stops.
It's already not good.
It's been not good.
You all are a little skittish, and I'll hop out and walk to the
This
front.
is just This is just a walk in the park.
You-
Another day in the life of a mage.
You were not made to shoot party members. You take more chances than I take.
That is fair.
More dangerous when MF gets mind controlled.
That's
It's
true.
true.
It's
But,
true.
but actually,
Very true.
it's really actually more dangerous when Hot Hands gets mind controlled. 'Cause
Yeah.
he can take you guys down.
It's more dangerous for hot hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because MF will shoot him.
Hot Hands has a lot of fire in his pocket.
So,
So I'll go to the front of the truck and, shout out, hello, are you in need of medical help?
And Nomad, you are outside the truck and
Yes.
across the fender.
If I thought we were outside, but if we haven't gotten outside yet, then I will follow.
Well, he
Hot
did.
Hands
You
out.
follow.
She stops when he gets out, and then I will just kind of prop up over the hood.
what
of the
language do you speak?
I'll start with just English, yeah.
All right. So you say, do you need help? All
Yeah.
right. So give me a perception roll.
Can I?
Oh,
give
if
one
it's
too since I'm
peripheral,
listening?
I know it's peripheral.
Okay. All right.
Perception.
You want it?
Can I do one too to see what language it is?
Sure. Anyone that's trying to listen, or if you're in the truck, you're -2 dice penalty.
-2.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And what are we rolling?
Perception.
Perception, intuition.
1 for me.
Okay.
I got 1 as well.
3.
One as well.
Okay. So what languages do you speak, MF?
Japanese, English, Russian.
So the individual mutters something under the breath. You know, none of you, with the exception MF, you think you hear something that you understand. It's
So
something
maybe
similar.
it's Japanese, but it's just too quiet.
You thought you heard something in Russian get muttered,
Okay.
but you're like, wait a minute, was that Russian, right? Or maybe a dialect, with like a strong dialect or something like that. But you thought you heard something in a language that you know. It's not English, right? It sounded maybe Russian.
I'll take 2 steps forward and say, I don't know if you can hear me, but are you in need of help?
Right, and so you hear this muttering again, and so on the second muttering of whatever it is that she says, it does sound like a female voice, and then it does sound it's not Russian, but you've heard it enough, it's Ukrainian, right? And so, but you don't speak Ukrainian, but
They're not that dramatically different.
they're not that
There's so many
dramatically. It's like
crossover
Spanish
words.
and Portuguese kind of thing, right?
I know a little something about this. I have a Ukrainian friend. He always would tell me that it was always easier if you knew Ukrainian, you could understand Russian.
Yep.
But if you knew Russian, you really
Not so
could
easy.
not as easily know Ukrainian.
Yeah, yeah.
So it always tripped me out.
A little
Right.
shout out to Tolik. Hi,
Yeah.
Tolik.
Yeah, in Germany, you've got like in Bavaria, they speak a different dialect of German than they do in like Berlin, almost to a point where they don't understand each other. Like they have to really listen intently to understand what they're saying, even though they're both speaking German. So because the dialect's so strong, and this is kind of what you're experiencing here. What you think you hear in Ukrainian is gotta keep going.
So,
Is not Russian, is probably Ukrainian, and she say must go.
oh,
So I say we go around.
well, here, give me a moment. I'm gonna use translate.
Okay, nice.
All right, how many minutes is it?
Bring
been?
up the language out. It's
Seconds.
been a minute.
Okay, I'm looking.
Okay.
Got my Apple Watch or whatever.
You're like, you're on the clock here, buddy.
Yeah, 19 minutes.
Okay, so I take just two drain, not very much.
All right, cool.
All right, so then
Now you understand.
You'll hear me speak in perfect Ukrainian. Yeah, I'll say, I'm sorry. Can you understand me now? Are you in need of medical attention?
So at that point, the girl. So it is confirmed. That it's female. She turns around, and you're immediately going to see that she kind of looks, and her body language is kind of like like unfocused, and as you look close, you see the cataracts have kind of clouded out her eyes, where she obviously looks blind. And she says, and you ask her, what do you ask her?
Oh, he said, are you in need of assistance? You look like you just came from a hospital.
She's like, water.
What, water?
So, you have water?
Yes,
Ask her about hoses.
She kind of reaches out a little bit, like with her hands a little bit.
Get her some water.
What are the tubes?
Say, Jelly, could you get me some water while I ask, please?
I will throw it out the windshield.
That's fine. So I'll grab the bottle of water.
Okay.
It's probably the good crystalline
Evian.
water. Yeah, it's Evian.
Tell
Only
him that
Evian.
you're a blocking shot.
Yeah. So
I'll look over MF's head.
I'll start walking towards her and I'll say, now, don't mean you no trouble. I got water for you, so you don't.
Kind of reaches out for us. Kind
I'll
of.
say you.
I am aiming.
I'll say
at the head.
Go.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like your
Headshot.
eyes are a little injured there. Go ahead and stay put. I'm coming towards you. I'll talk as I come.
So as she's got her arms kind of outstretched, like she's trying to feel for like where the water is. You can see she's got an alphanumeric tattoo that's like linear up the length of her left forearm.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, well, as I'm going forward talking to her, I'll say, now, what's your name?
You're not going to explode or anything, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your tube do?
She says, Natasha.
Hi, Natasha. Now, I'll get closer and say, now, you have some tubing coming out of your back, and I see that barcode on your arm. Is there anything I need to be concerned about? You don't gotta be concerned about me unless I got something to be concerned about.
Do you have like a southern Ukrainian? Is that what you're speaking?
Yes, I do. It's a mix between like
It's like a really rural
You've got like
dialect.
that Ukrainian
weird
drawl going on.
drawl. So I'll bring that to her, kind of wait for an answer
Okay.
as well.
She's like, she says, I gotta help the others.
Yeah,
Gotta help the others get out.
What's she saying?
I'll come close.
She is saying something about others.
More tubes?
And I'll hand her. I'll say I'm right here.
Okay.
Go ahead and hold out your hand.
Okay. She's kind of like,
Yeah.
you kind of direct her. Unless you're gonna do this
Yeah,
thing.
I'll
Right.
crack the top for her. Take
Okay.
and say it's open. Be careful.
She grabs it and she starts chugging the water.
Yeah.
Go.
Make go slow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you might
Make
want
go
to
slow.
slow down. You're gonna hurt your
All right, she
tongue.
starts chugging it and she kind of starts to cough a little bit.
Yeah,
you
you're
know.
gonna. Yep, that's
Yeah,
about.
but she's sucking it down like she hasn't drank in days.
Now you mentioned others. There are more folk where you came from.
She says, I can't see.
Yeah,
She's like, so what's that smell?
that's ash in the air. There's been a volcanic eruption.
Okay. She says, I've been walking for days. I think days. You looked down at her feet. Her feet are cracked and worn, dirty. Gown is filth. Looks like she's probably been outside for several days.
So
Right.
I'll look back and I'll say, Jelly, would you kindly see if CeCe had any clothes left in the cabin?
For the
Maybe
tube
some
girl?
boots. She's been walking for days.
What are you thinking? Look at us. Never fit.
Well, we might as well try. So
Maybe she have bathrobe.
Okay.
yeah. So I'll ask if Jelly can look for that, and say, do you know where you came from?
She said, I haven't seen since being inside.
So
There's a room, a bunch of beds. She's kind of, she seems a little disoriented, but she's speaking Ukrainian. She says, there are others. I was able to escape, but there are others. I need to get back to them.
Where is she going, and who put her there?
Yeah, I'll see.
I'll throw a pair of bunny slippers out the window, and then some pajamas with ducks, little cartoon ducks on them.
The next people that find her are going to be even more weirded
Yeah.
out than we were.
So I'll
Progressively make her look.
I'll pick them up and I'll say, well, I have some pajama bottoms and some
They're very
slippers
fluffy
for
slippers.
you, if you would like. It looks like your feet are pretty worn. Would you like some healing?
Yes.
And and then as I go to do that, I'll say, "What's keeping your friends in that place? Is this something that we need to be concerned about?"
And she like reaches behind her and she's like, "These, I don't know what these are." Right? She reaches back to one of the tubes and pulls one of the tubes up. She says,
Oh boy.
"We're connected to these."
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just do a quick heal, just to kind of heal the bad beats.
She's got some boxes of physical damage that she's taken just
She'll
from
become more communicable.
the malnourishment, the and just the trauma to her body.
Okay.
I'll throw one of your homemade granola bars out too.
Yeah, and I'll grab that and give that.
Is it like a weed infused granola bar or something?
No, this one's a regular.
Okay,
granola bar.
all right.
Those ones I don't keep where Jelly can find.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So they're not like the tea calming. They're not the calming granola bars.
No. So
Let's get her blasted and set her on her way.
I'll
Yeah,
say,
get her fucked up.
It's like, I'm on my way up, and you're bringing me down. This is not what we do here.
I heal.
Yeah, how many hits did you get on the roll?
Oh, I just did my drain. Now I gotta figure out how many hits I actually got.
Oh, okay.
That's right. I was like, I know I'm missing something. Oh yeah, the healing part.
Let there be dice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Those sparkly dice.
6.
Yeah.
6 boxes.
So you do a heal. She seems to get much better from the magical healing. She seems to almost instantly be much calmer, right? And she kind of settles down, right? She's not trying to chug all the water now. She's kind of like, all right. Her breathing kind of slows and kind of gets a little bit more, normal. And she's like, "Thank you."
You're welcome. I saw someone in need and felt the need to stop and help.
So I woke up in a some kind of medical lab, and there were others attached in beds that were attached to these hoses. I don't know what they are. They're somehow attached to my upper torso. I don't know how to remove them, but I've been walking and realized that there's nothing here, and I'm trying to get back to where I came to try and maybe free the others.
So you came from the north. Oh.
You're not here.
No.
We also don't.
But I can't hear because I have
Yeah.
cyber ears. So even if I
You
it's
can't
not on comm
understand
link.
is the
Yeah.
problem.
Oh right,
Can't understand.
right,
So
right,
she's speaking
right,
Ukrainian.
right,
I'll say,
right,
do you
right.
think this is the way you came from?
Yes, I've been walking pretty much. I can't see, but I've been walking pretty much the same direction this entire time.
And is it the direction that we're going?
It just so is.
Yeah, and I'll say, does the name, and I'll say the name of the facility. Pedro doesn't remember it, but I'll say the name of the facility. You don't?
No, I haven't told you the name of the facility. It's
So,
on,
you told
it's
us
on
that
Lake
Then
Alamo.
I'll ask you. I'll say what,
Yes.
in English.
Evo.
What's the
Okay.
name of that facility?
It has. I don't know. Name was Evo facility. It was
Evo Lake,
Yamatetsu
whatever
before
facility.
at Lake Almanor.
It had a site number, but it would be
Yeah.
completely
Does
non-relevant.
Site
Lake-
661.
Lake name?
Yeah.
Almanor.
Almanor.
Does the name Lake Almanor or Evo name ring any bells to you?
She says no. She says my family owns a bakery. She says my family owns a bakery. I remember going into work and waking up in the hospital.
As far as I can tell, family owned a sandwich shop, and she no make it one day.
Why the fuck are they talking about sandwiches?
No. It's where she comes
We don't
from.
know what they're talking. Oh wait, do you know?
He just
He
translated.
has
Is-
like a
is
limited
done.
scope
Yes.
of what we're saying.
Yes, so he's.
It's where she
yeah.
comes from. It's,
How did she escape from the tube factory?
So, I'll hear
So,
that.
yeah.
I'll say,
Tube
It's
factory.
like the important
Yeah,
questions
I'll-
are being
I'll
unanswered.
ask-
For
How do you know how you escaped?
I woke up and there was no one there. The door was open, but there were others there. That they were asleep.
And MF says, "What's your translation of that?"
It's bastardization of good Russian. I don't know. It's she woke up, she leave friends.
I'll say, well, I think fate might have brought us together because I have a little bit of an assumption we might actually be going to a similar place.
I can't see.
You know, Hot Hands, you could talk through Mike, tell rest of us what you hear. I assume it's spell?
Yes, this is a spell that I'm using to communicate with,
What does she say?
you said her name was Natasha, right?
Yeah.
Natasha, Please stay right here. I'm
It's
going
a
to be
good
right
Russian
here
name.
too. You will hear me speaking in English to my companions who are in the truck right behind us. Her name is Natasha. She came from a facility where she was hooked up by these tubes. She has no memory of it. Her family owned a bakery. That's the last memory she has.
Bakery, yes. It's that sandwich shop.
And she left because when she awoke, the doors were open. I assume whatever happened with the Blight, everyone left her, so it might actually be cleared out there.
And how long is the Blight? The Blight's been a little while, actually.
It's been a little over 2 weeks.
I thought that was right, so...
I am thinking that she may be going, that she's trying to return, for there were others with the tubing, and I think that she's going to the same place we are. There's too much of a coincidence.
She is blind. If she leave and just go back, maybe just turn around.
It's possible, but it'd also be a real big coincidence that a science experiment happens to be on the same road we're going on.
Maybe it's been 15 years.
Can you...
I don't know what's left.
So at the facility, MF, you never heard anything about... Were there human trials?
No, we were not even close. I mean, we were close. Trust me. But no, not close enough to do...
And you can't fix her eyes.
I don't have a way. I don't believe I can... Well, look, I don't think any of my spells can fix eyes.
It's like, medical facility where, like, things like cataract surgery.
We need a surgery. I have a medical book, and I could attempt it, but it'd probably not work. So, Jelly, I know my time is running out. It may be beneficial to bring this straggler with us.
She's another
Why?
risk
What would
with
she
no
know?
value. There's a lot of people that...
She has codes?
I don't know. She's got a marking on her arm. It's something. I'd also feel a little bad leaving her.
Can you read number?
And I'll read the number.
Okay.
Can he read the number? I mean, is it written
If you look at it's
Yeah.
but it's just it's an alphanumeric sequence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back up. Is she from America?
I'll ask. Where are you, Natasha?
Where was the bakery?
Where are you from? Where's your bakery at?
Her family's bakery was in Chico.
Oh,
She's from Chico. Say, do you only speak Ukrainian?
I speak a little bit of Russian and then poor English.
Okay. Well, Natasha, I'm gonna see if we can get you to come along with us if you would like. I think we're going to a similar location.
All right. She says yes. She says there's others there. They need help.
Now,
Jelly, I think she would be comfortable in trailer.
my employer...
Put her in the trailer.
Yeah, I'll say my employer is going to be curious if you can be
with my bike.
helpful in any way. Do you know of any inside information on where we're going? It sounds like you might have been the one being experimented on.
She kind of, she's like, well, I can't see.
I'm glad Jelly can't hear this.
I found my way out. The door was open. There were others there, asleep. But I was able to find my way out. But I can't see.
Yes.
What does she keep saying?
She said she can't see.
That's all she's...
Could she see inside facility?
Has she always been blind?
No, she said once she got to the facility. Natasha, you said once you got to the facility, you could no longer see, correct?
I woke up not being able to see.
Yes, she woke up not being able
So
to
she
see.
was blind in facility.
And she just wandered out?
It means she has no way to get back in.
How
She's
does she
no
know where
help.
she's going?
It doesn't make sense that she just slipped out of some kind of weird secret facility. That does not make sense.
Actually,
If
that
you-
makes good sense, but
If you're a cornered rat and got nowhere else to go, are you just gonna sit there? You're gonna squirrel around until you can find a way out?
There's no cameras, there's no guards, there's no security that stopped a blind girl.
she may not see them. Maybe they let her out to see how she works in public.
Then that would mean that they're following her.
Or perhaps when the matrix went down and the electricity went down, whatever security functions were keeping her in went down as well.
I cover my mic. I can fix a problem with one shot.
Who has handcuffs?
Cover her, throw her in the back of the trailer.
most of this.
Storeroom, the ghouls.
I don't.
I'll say
I
Natasha.
have
aside
several
from,
forms of restraint.
I'll say Natasha. Do you have any bioware or cyberware that you are aware of that you put in or had put in before this whole incident?
No.
I think she has Bioware. He just asked.
So we're gonna bring a cyber.
So she reaches back to one of the tubes. So I just have these.
Yes. Well,
I don't like when she touches them.
No, it's kind of weird. Yeah,
Quit touching.
she said
it is kind of weird,
yeah.
but you know, she doesn't pull on it, but she's just like, I have these. You know?
Say-
Strix them.
She says she doesn't have any known bio or cyberware that she put in. So whatever this is what's it.
Okay.
If I were a trained assassin, I would not say either.
Here's what I'm thinking. Is this one of the hills you're gonna die on, Hot Hands?
Hot Hands, why you no look at her with Jelly's googly eyes? You see cyberware and Bioware immediately, yes?
Didn't you Google
I
this?
did googly eyes. I didn't
You
see
did Google like she's mundane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No cyberware. No, nothing like that.
that's interesting.
So it no work?
She
You
could
don't
be
know?
infected with something, but
That's interesting. She has no cyberware from my.
So these
googly eyes.
tubes just
So
Poke into
tubes
her?
are simply
I'll
shunt.
say,
they're fucking
well,
cosmetic?
MF, you're the best one at it.
They're
You can
medically,
always
if they were
look at
medically
it.
implanted, they don't. So when you sense, right, it lets you know the presence or absence of cyberware or bioware. Well, cyberware.
It's
doesn't
not just
also tell you if you're like sick or diseased.
Right.
Anywhere.
So yeah, the
like-
general physical state was malnourished. Right.
but she doesn't have anything.
So
She doesn't have any cyber implants. She's
So-
got these tubes that are somehow either
Those aren't cyber.
implanted or intravenously connected. Something.
like if you
somehow,
had like a
But
colostomy
she
bag.
right,
Right,
but
right.
she
You
doesn't
wouldn't
have
see
like
it.
yeah. She doesn't have like a
Pace-
You haven't looked to see what the nature of the attachment. Of the tubes
Pacemaker
are,
you
but-
would see. Colostomy bag you would not.
Okay, so would it be correct to assume that she has no trackers or transmitters in her as well? With
If he didn't see him, unless he really didn't do well, and we would never, out of game, we'd never
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah,
in
right.
in game, he doesn't believe, so no. I would assume no.
Well,
regardless, she's not profitable unless she's giving us some information, and she seems to be limited in that. So.
I don't know about that.
Well, the only one that
Some
understands
bakeries
what
make
she's
good
saying
money.
is-
Maybe we run some back.
Good ransomer.
I still believe
Do we
she
need a
she's
team
comfortable in the
baker
trailer.
or-
cuff her and throw her in the trailer. Good thing
You
they're on
know-
a trailer full of ghouls. Yeah, this is gonna be a little uncomfortable, but
I'm
just
telling
don't
you,
move.
She's not riding back there with my bike by herself.
You're supposed to be on
I'll
Blight,
say-
go towards
I'll
facility
sit
anyway.
back
Yeah.
there with her. You know, man comes close to death, he gets a little soft in the heart sometimes. It hasn't worn off just yet.
Your
Oh
beating
my
hearts are
something
going to get
did.
you guys
It's
killed
like,
at
cover
some
my
point.
bike.
That is my professional recommendation.
I'll ask you again.
One
Is
more mouth to
this
feed.
a hill you're gonna die on?
I think at this point, Jelly, I'm gonna choose this hill. At least give me this one.
This is some backstory into Jelly and Hot Hands. Is that generally Jelly rules the roost, but every once in a while Hot Hands will dig his heels in, and he like one time it escalated and he actually like hit Jelly in the face and broke his jaw, and so Jelly picks his battles. I don't think a blind girl could do a lot to us, especially if she's restrained. I'm
One day
okay.
ago, would you say true for little girl maybe 4 years old?
The little girl wasn't mundane, number one. So I'm thinking I can't see how this chick is gonna do anything to us that's not gonna be stopped.
Put me in the back. I'll talk to her. I don't know. MF, how's your Ukrainian?
He's not good. I maybe make some conversation. Did she say she speak true language? She speak Russian, but we see. Maybe I can talk better.
I'll say, well, I could talk to her for a time at least.
She told you that she speaks some Russian.
And a little bit of
that's right. Oh
English.
yeah, she does speak some Russian
You said
too,
that.
and a little English. I did say this.
You did say that.
So I'll say, Natasha, I talked it over with my crew. You can come with us if you would like, or we can leave you here on your own. But I believe we're going to the same place, facility on a lake. When you left, did you come across any water? Hear any water?
There was water. She said I did. There was water.
Same. She came
I
from.
think he is asking for more water.
She came.
I'll throw another water bottle out.
I'll catch it, and I'll say, Natasha, are you still thirsty?
Yes.
I'll hand it to her and say, drink this one a little slower.
Yeah, she's drinking it slower.
Yeah.
She seems the effects of the magic healing have seemed to set in.
I'm getting better at translating.
Yes, you are. Good job.
She said that she came from a facility that was near water.
Oh,
There was water there. She said, when I found my way out, that I did walk, and I did run in. There was water somewhere, and I went the opposite way.
so maybe is possible is facility.
I think best
It would
case.
be it would be big change from Van I've worked at.
I'll say, Jelly, as per usual on my heels, I'll take responsibility for this one.
All right. I would like her restrained.
I'll say, Natasha.
I'm already holding out the metal restraints.
I'll put her in these.
Yeah.
Put her in that rack over there.
Currently,
She go in your bed again.
I'll say,
Same one as Daniel.
say, the crew that I'm with has agreed to let you come with us, but there is a stipulation. We have had quite a few days, and we have had a few surprises. They request that you be restrained just to make sure you are not of a danger to us. But I will be there with you and be able to speak with you. We have another companion of mine who speaks Russian. You might be able to communicate a
He's
little
not
bit
so
with
nice.
him. He's a little gruff.
So you hear in an irritated Russian tone, "Do I look fucking dangerous?"
Looks can
Now
be
she speaks
deceiving.
right language.
Oh, I know Russian.
Okay, if you know Russian, if you understand Russian, you hear that in Russian. "Do I look fucking dangerous?" She kind of just yells it out, you know.
Again, I put forth. Is 4-year-old dangerous?
You want to go out and stop him?
This woman's probably in her
No,
late
it's
20s.
your call.
Human.
It's
Late
your call.
20s.
If it's your choice, I live it.
So I'll go over. I'll say, wait right here, Natasha, and I'll go, go grab the manacles from you or the handcuffs, and I'll bring them over, and I'll say, hold out your hand and feel these, so you know what you're gonna have on you.
Okay, she does reluctantly, but she does.
Yeah.
Zam.
I'll say,
Put the shotgun around.
as per the agreement with my companions,
That'd be funny. Zam. This one gets out of line. Zam.
you're my responsibility, so I'll make sure they don't harm you. As I said before, as long as you ain't a danger to us, we ain't a danger to you.
So I feel a compulsion to get back to help the others. Perhaps if I'm able to help them, then maybe we figure out a way. Maybe not all of us are blind. I don't know.
We'll see about getting you some help, maybe as well. So
They can pay us.
I'll hold out my arm and say my arm is in front of you if you'd like to take
Right,
it.
she takes it. Yeah.
And I'll say let's go back to our semi.
So now you restrain her with her arms in front of her or behind her?
They didn't give me a command, so in
Okay.
front of her.
Okay, cool. So she's like, all right, like this. Okay,
Yeah.
so she's holding on to your hand. Okay, and you lead her back to the truck. All right. You know, you bring her into the truck. You know, she, as you guys, you see, she gets close. She, in fact, does have two tubes that they appear to be attached to, the upper shoulder blade. One on each side. They kind of come down, and they go down to about the lower back. It looks like some type of synthetic rubber tubing.
Disgusting.
No, everyone, this is Natasha. Natasha, this is, well, you can't see them, but we got Jelly. Jelly, would you mind
What?
introducing their speaking? I don't know. If you don't want to, you don't gotta.
I'm gonna come up and look at the tubes.
Okay.
Did you cut holes for them in the back of the pajama shirt?
I thought you just gave me pajama pants.
No, shirt too.
Oh, yeah, then yeah, I would have.
So you cut holes and then feed the tubes out. So they're dangling
Yeah,
like that.
I'll help
Like
her. I'll say until we can remove these is the best we can do.
So as you take the gown off, right? You'll see that the tubes have been look like they've been surgically implanted, and the tubes where they come into contact with the skin look like they've been sewn into the skin.
Oh boy.
Nasty.
Yeah. Well, we have
Don't want to make her feel
Jelly.
so
The companions
tubes in
around
the-
you.
They're like dreadlocks hanging. Yeah, it's cool.
We
I'll
got
take a Predator.
Jelly, MF, and Nomad, and you can call me Hot Hands.
And what language are you saying that?
I'm saying that in Ukrainian.
Okay, so
He's still
She
translating.
says in Ukrainian whatever hello is, right?
Yeah, Natasha says hello. Natasha, here, follow me, or hold on. I'll take you to my bunk, get you some rest.
Say, you are Ukrainian?
I'll say, no, I'm a mage. I had to use magic to be able to speak to you. I only know English and some Spirethriel.
Don't know what that is.
It's the language of the elves.
Okay. Are you an elf? She kind of like feeling like she wants to now feel
Yeah.
feel your face like, are you an elf?
Yeah. So I'll say, no, I'm not an elf, but I have a farm in the tier to the north.
Oh. What are you guys doing out here? I haven't heard anyone since I found my way out of the facility. I haven't.
That's what a spy would
I
ask.
haven't heard anyone. I haven't heard anyone or seen anyone. You're the first people that have come into contact with.
I'm drawing my finger across my neck as I'm looking at you.
I'll say,
Not like over and over
Slit a
again. Not
throat.
like
Slit
a throat.
no, over and over again.
Okay,
Like don't
like
tell me
this.
that.
specifically just MF is a Shadowrunner, and he's
It'd
gonna
be
log
so
that.
funny if you just cut her throat right now.
Yeah.
Back up.
No, it's not what I meant. I meant cut you down.
Well, you have to be clear about these.
Yeah, right.
I'll say we are traveling through these parts. We were on our way back north, and we are gonna stop by a similar location as yours, and that's as much as I'm eligible to tell you.
She says she gives you the address. She's all, that's the address to my family's bakery and the phone number. And she says they're gonna be. I don't know how long I've been gone, but they're gonna definitely be worried about me.
I'll say unfortunately right now the Matrix is down, so we don't really have a way to call out.
Matrix is down.
But yes, there's been an incident. You're in what's being called the Blight. Something's going on to the land.
Ask her what the last date she remembers is.
I'll say, what was the last date you remember?
She gives you a date that's about 2 months prior. So it is now April.
Yeah, we're April like 21st, 22nd.
She gives you February 13th.
Oh, jeez.
I'll say,
It's like 2 months.
Yeah.
well, Natasha, that was 2 months ago.
Oh my gosh. So I need to get in touch with my family.
As soon as we get signal and get you to a safe place, we'll let you go ahead and do that. Let's stick with one thing at a time now. Yeah, let's get you some rest. You've been going for quite some time. And don't worry, I know we just met. You can have my word, though. You can sleep soundly here.
She's like, wait a minute. Well, why are you? If we're going to the same place, why are you going there? You're not with them. She starts to get very frazzled, very uneasy, right? So go and give me an influence roll.
Ooh. Then who? An influence
Love
roll.
to speak Ukrainian.
Wait, is that a charisma based
That is a
roll?
charisma.
It is a charisma
Oh,
based.
that's really not good, Dave. That's really mean of you, in fact.
One die.
I got no successes.
All right. So she starts to freak out a little bit, you know.
That's it. No, Natasha, no, we are not with them. We are not with them. We're salvagers. That's the best way I can put it.
As you can see, she already attacks.
Say, she's concerned that we're with that facility. I'm telling her we're salvagers.
Strike one.
That's fair enough.
Keep her quiet.
Say, Natasha.
Tell a bitch be cool.
Natasha, my friends are getting a little antsy. If you could calm down, we can let you go if you would like. You are here just out of me wanting to give a helping hand, but I don't intend to do you harm, as I said, unless you intend to do us harm. We are not part of no organization experimenting.
Okay. She kind of relaxes a little bit, and she's like, can you get these things out of my back?
I said, well, I got my friend here, MF. He's a little bit better with that kind of stuff than me. I'll let him have a look at you.
He is throwing me under bus.
What does he want you to do?
Something about something.
Something about
I
something.
think maybe take out. Take out hoses. Maybe I can do.
Ugh.
So say if you want, I can have him take a look for you.
So I'll walk over.
Okay.
I'm tentative. The guns. I put the gun away.
Okay.
Say,
And I'll speak in Russian.
Okay.
If you want, I look. I see it. Maybe.
She says, yeah, please.
Would you care for some hot tea?
Yeah, I'd like some tea.
Alright, I'll get right on that while MF works on you. I will be right here.
Is there an additive in the tea that has like a drug effect or anything like that?
No, it's just a
No,
nice
specifically,
herbal
he's
blend.
not giving anyone that.
It's
one.
just a nice herbal
Like
blend.
chamomile.
Yeah,
Okay.
some like chamomile. I got a few.
Valerian.
Yeah.
All right.
Catnip.
Shadow running is a
Catnip.
high stress job.
It is.
So a nice calming tea is good for an end of day.
So that's one success as I'm looking at.
What are you rolling?
Biotech.
Biotech. So you see that they are, in fact, have been surgically attached. They've been sutured to her skin. You think that you can't kind of see past. You don't know if they. You
Have
can't
the
tell-
sutures sealed already?
No. So they're
So they're still sutured. It's something where I can
Fresh.
sniff.
it's still sutured. Yeah, you could cut the sutures.
Can I come over and look at it too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I have biotech first aid.
Mm-hmm.
So I just would
So
roll.
my concern is
So first aid would be as if you were gonna heal like quickly, like heal.
Yeah, but I can still do a biotech
You can still do a
roll.
biotech roll to kind of take a look and assess,
Okay.
the situation.
my
of, like,
concern is we get out. We don't know what they are connected to. We have no CAT scan, no CT, no MRI, no X-ray. We have no way to know what we pull out.
We could cut the tube short, and then I got one success.
Okay.
And we could look into it, because whatever's inside of the tube, it's not leaking anything.
No,
Right.
but if tube say connects to shunted air pocket, like how you say airlock, like airlock on heart or possibly lungs.
Like
If I-
depressurize the lungs and collapse the
If
lungs
I
by
pull out,
removing them. Yeah.
yes,
So let's not remove them. Let's just start with trimming them.
cut tight.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's start there. Maybe we can see
Okay.
something. I don't know.
So
Jilly's
I will tell her.
Okay.
that I'm going to cut them short because I just realized I don't have to speak in the Russian accent when I'm speaking Russian.
Right.
I'm going to tell her I'm going to cut them short, as close as I can to the skin, leaving us the ability to remove them later. But we don't know where they go, and I don't have the equipment to be certain
And
where. it
before
goes.
we remove them, I think we should try to stick something in them to make sure there's no valves in the tube.
Just cover them up and see if you
You
suffocate.
being in length? In
Yeah, I
tube
don't-
Length is out. Is
but-
outside her body.
Yeah, I don't think we should poke into her body.
Are the tubes see through? Like, can I literally
they're
like?
black.
look-
No, they're black.
black.
They're like the black rubber that you see, like a
Yeah,
like a.
so before
automobile.
we-
So I'm going to start like gently running my fingers, squeezing just gently
Yeah.
the whole length of a tube. Do I feel something hard, rigid, any pushback?
Nope.
Okay.
It's a fairly
Pliable.
It's not. It's actually pretty stiff.
rigid.
It's pretty rigid, but you can push in on it.
So I don't think is anything in tube.
Yeah, you're confident there's nothing in the tube.
Is why I think maybe
As you get close, sorry to interrupt, but as you get closer to the base where they're attached, it gets much harder. There
Yeah,
could be
that
something
makes
at the
sense.
base where it attaches, but you can't see it.
What languages do you speak?
Russian and
Russian.
then Japanese and English,
Russian.
but important one.
Okay.
It's Russian.
It is the morning language.
All right, I'll just say it.
But
in
it's
English.
best.
I'll say it in English. Worst
It's good Nomad knows.
worst case
Motherland.
worst case she dies.
Worst case, she dies. We kick her outside the truck.
So remove or cut?
Cut.
Okay. So I will cut.
You're gonna cut what? You're
I'm
gonna
going to
trim them down.
I'm going to trim the hoses where I
think
think
we'll
I'm giving enough space around. So rigid area, I'm going to go say an inch above the rigid area.
Okay. So as you cut down to that length, once you separate the hose, you can then now see
Now I
that,
can see
that
inside.
they end in some type of valve.
Okay.
Okay.
At the end, that's probably
That's
in her
doable.
skin. Yeah.
What I see is basically skin mounted up around a tube.
Yes.
And inside the hole in the tube, I see a valve.
Yeah. There's like a
opening
stem. There's like a
and
valve.
closing,
There's
or
like a
just
small little valve stem there.
So what this
Like
looks
a tire valve?
kind of. It's more like a.
is going to be pressure. Is
It could
is
be.
push or pull through tubes and goes in through this valve.
And where it's at on her body, it makes sense that it would be her lungs.
No. Is up in traps.
It's
Yes.
it's a little bit lower, so it's in the middle of the shoulder blade.
So yes, could be lungs. Looking at it, let me see if I for biotech I have the skills, but do I have any? Like, so what I'm
We are not
thinking in my head
doctors,
is
you
that
guys,
I'm
like-
if I can look at
We're
the,
jacks
the
of all
valve,
trades.
We're
something where I can
Shadowrunners.
push.
Let's go.
I know it's not
Run
this,
some shadows.
but if it was
Do not try to heal some girl.
if it was a tire valve, I know I can see the the button to release pressure, release air. What I'm looking out on here is, do I see the mechanism that makes this do something? Because this could be anything. This could be a cycle.
Right.
This could be a clamp. There's a whole bunch of things it
Right.
could be.
It's not a valve stem, but there's like a nipple there. There's like a mechanical, there's something. It doesn't look like, it looks like it interfaces with something else. Maybe more.
Something that ran up that entire hose then.
Right. Or something, something that was maybe then inserted to that. Yeah, it looks like maybe it pushes in a little bit, but it's the whole assembly. It's much bigger in circumference than like a valve stem. It'd be almost like some kind of pneumatic connection or something.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna tell LT to start driving while we discuss this further.
Okay. So he heads on out. At this point, you're heading east on 36.
Can I do an engineering roll to look at it? Like coming from just the mechanical side, or
You can, yeah.
okay.
So I'm gonna ask her in Russian. So you understand me clearly. All right. So what I need to know is, I'm gonna move some things. I need to know if you have pain, if you feel pressure, if you feel nothing. Right now I am touching the tube.
Okay.
Do you feel my pressure on the tube?
No.
Okay.
Other than you pulling on the skin,
Okay.
there's no discomfort.
As I move the tube left now, right now, can you feel that?
I can feel that moving because it's connected to my skin. I can feel that,
Okay, I'm going to go slowly. I'm placing my finger inside the hole now. I am touching the mechanism. I'm putting pressure on the mechanism. Can you feel this?
It feels funny.
I'm getting an eye twitch.
Right.
Josh and I both got successes on our engineering roll.
It looks like
Josh got 2 of the
You've seen
changes.
fittings like this before, where it looks like it's half of a connective device. So what happens? Kind of the way a pneumatic set. You pull down on the flange and then you connect it and then it seals itself back up. This looks like that type of connector.
Like a pressure washer head.
Except
Kinda
that,
like a pressure
that would have to run up the entire length of that
What the
hose.
hell are they putting in the scroll?
Something with high pressure.
What the?
Or just something connecting to it.
So it's a more pressure.
You'll see that the actual connection itself is looks like it's maybe gold plated or something.
How small is it?
It's it's about that big around.
So maybe a half inch in
Yeah.
entire width.
Gold
So
plating. Gold is not conductive. It is conductive.
extremely conductive.
Yes.
So
The next step for me is to push on pneumatic pressure go.
okay, I feel that if she truly is from the facility by the lake, they will have equipment there to deal with this.
I agree.
And I'm certain there will be tools that you will understand how to use, possibly even manuals of how to safely remove this from her body. They're cut short. She can lay on her back now. I think we should just call it good here.
Okay. This was not what facility said. No project manager, no one works with me, do anything like this.
If it's,
Things change.
yeah, and if it's not the same facility, we'll go from there and we'll try to figure it out. But I think this covered in ash in a moving truck, let's just call it for right now.
Okay.
Okay.
So
If I am be honest, we also should put bandage covering. Is exposed hole into body.
Okay.
it doesn't look to be any exposure to
Like
to
the valve is
body
sealed.
part. It's all sealed.
Still feels like a hole into the
So,
body to me.
right,
so
but
I'm
if
still
but there's
safe.
no hole, it's a seal. It's
Yeah. It's like a port.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
right. It's no different from a data jack or a comm link or like a comm port.
So it's like an Audi.
Except for the fact that the data jack is linked on the outside of the body, and we're talking about this being on the inside.
Are there any data jacks that use pneumatic pressure?
No, it's
No.
not a pressurized. It's a connectivity.
So it's safe to
Yeah,
assume
that's
this is
biological.
yeah.
You're assuming that this is like that type of fitting. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's pressurized. It's just the way it connects. It looks like the similar type of connection.
So yeah, they were. I mean, they were feeding her, or they were,
Something.
injecting something regularly.
I
Monitoring
wonder-
something or
Yeah.
doing something.
I understand blinding her. That makes perfect sense to me. But the tubes are eluding me.
Well, let's go ahead and just have some tea and be on
This
our
isn't
way.
even the weirdest
So-
thing we've seen today.
So, the question is, why
There's
is
a baby
he still
megalodon in a
drunk?
tank less than 24 hours ago.
When we get
summoning fire
within
elementals,
10
I mean,
miles,
yeah.
he's gonna get out.
We let him scout at 10 miles?
Do you have a suggestion?
No, it's good.
Do you think a longer distance, shorter?
No, I did not drive much to and from facilities, so I don't know much about countryside.
So,
I mean, I see they go into Red Bluff,
Like I'm very
Chico a
familiar.
few
One of my
times,
knowledge
but-
skills is California highways and routes. So if there's anything that would help in this discussion, Nomad would be aware of.
Well, what we're discussing right now is when should you get out of the truck and ride.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If there's like an off ramp, we can get out ahead of time to kind of take a less conspicuous
So
route. Or
if-
if
Yeah, there's exits off.
If there's something that would fit our needs better than just stopping at 10 miles away and him getting out.
Yeah.
That's what we're aiming
Well,
at.
it is.
Right.
It is a smaller, road, but there's, I'm going to say, roughly 15 miles out. There's an old service station and convenience store, which the convenience store is closed down.
Yeah.
And there's no lights on it. It's the middle of the day, but
So that would be a good spot to kind of make a camp up.
Okay.
And, do some recon, long range recon, and then bring in.
Hot hands is googly eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we'll stop at the service station.
okay. All right.
So yeah, we're probably in Chester.
Okay.
Is where we'll pull out.
Okay.
All right.
To Chester.
Yep. You're in Chester.
Most likely, Nomad, they will hear you coming. So I don't know.
I'm okay with Ashley scouting initially,
Yeah.
making sure there's not any, guards, living life forms roaming around that might hear me on my approach, and then I can go up and scout physically from there.
Okay.
So, warning to you, as you cross land bridge, cross byway, is small area was security. So maybe is, maybe isn't still there.
So
But
let's
as you
check
cross
that.
other side.
Yeah, let's check that along the way. We can see if there's a living astral signature in there, and
Before.
No, is you drive bike. Is via Vorn. We no take truck if you scout.
Right.
No,
no, yeah, when Hot Hands is the first layer of reconnaissance.
Yeah.
He's gonna see. He's
Okay.
gonna check things out astrally, and then I'm gonna move in from there and cautiously investigate.
So first
physically.
googly eyes, then Nomad.
it's more like a googly body when I do that.
Yep.
So then,
Good
yeah,
move,
I'll
man.
go ahead and sit, take one final drink of my tea, sit
Alright.
down, and then get in my little meditation pose. And
All right.
wow.
Okay, so you're going to go to the facility, all right? So you're going to head out east. You're going to hit the lake. You are going to eventually come across what is best that MF can describe to you. A structure that fits the description. It's right next to the water. There are 3 buildings that you take note of. One is a multi-level, multi-storied building, 3 stories to be exact. That's the largest of the 3 structures. Then there's a smaller kind of garage, maybe some kind of corrugated metal bay, if you will, structure that is the next largest structure. It's rectangular in shape, where the larger 3-story structure is square. And then there is, and then off, kind of little off the beaten path. Looks like there's maybe a path that leads up and goes right by the water. And then there's another fairly good sized building, but it's a single story structure, and there is a gate around it. It looks like maybe a fence maybe around it.
And I don't see anybody mulling about.
Don't give me a perception test.
The garage structure is 1 story,
Yes. You don't see anybody moving around.
and this is on the
Two.
peninsula split. Where he's at is what I was describing as the area on the peninsula where the
2.
Too. You are going to notice that there is something moving, not person per se, but there is a small erect structure that is moving. It looks like it's maybe panning. It's panning left and right, and it's at the same interval. It's maybe a piece of machinery or something that's like up on a stand, and there's a unit on top, and it's just panning left and right, same distance left and right continually.
he would see it as black, right?
Like a black silhouette.
Yeah, he sees the
He would see it
the
solid
actual
black
yeah.
because it's tech.
Oh, so that's my signifier that it's tech.
Yeah.
It has
It
no
looks,
sig-
everything
it has
looks
no
kind of
signature.
gray and kind of grayed out and things like that.
Okay, yeah.
But you
So
do
my
see something. It looks like some type of mechanical,
is that the one on? Is that on the building closest to the water?
It's near the building. It's just inside the fence of the building that's close to the water.
So it's, yeah,
It looks very similar to some. It looks like some type of maybe gun on top of this cradle.
Okay,
So
excellent.
and then did he also? So what I was describing for him was across the main causeway to the opposite side. So basically, top northern end of the lake. There's an area that I had envisioned as the security area coming in there. Did he go by that, and is that one active?
He could have the. When you say active, what do you mean?
Meaning, does he see any movement there?
No.
Okay.
The only thing that you see moving is this piece. This. It looks like it looks like a makeshift. It looks like some type of turret that's moving left and right that has been erected outside of this building,
Excellent.
inside of the fence line.
Okay, yeah. So I'm pretty much gonna cruise around that building specifically because she said that Natasha said that there was water outside the building.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I'll just kind of circle above that one.
As you look, you can see that there's a small little trail that goes, and it's pretty easy to get to the water. And ends at there's a little piece of beach that ends, at the lake right there.
Okay.
Now, when you look at the lake appears to be from the astral plane. It is black.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Okay, that could signify to me that it's filled with inorganic
Something.
material, right?
So when you look at the world, right, the world has this, not necessarily a glow, but it has a certain look to it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, this seems to be devoid of that living
Life force?
If you will, that there's the absence of that, whatever that life force looks like astrally. There's definitely the absence, and it just leaves this black space behind.
Okay, well then I'll just kind of fly over briefly the other buildings just to see if I see any other turrets, and then head back to the car.
Okay, you don't see any other turrets, and you are back.
And then, well, it's a good thing I went in ahead of time. There's a turret on top of the building right by the water.
It wasn't on top of the building. It was actually on the ground. So you got a fence around the structures. So this area seemed
Can we get a
the area's fenced, right? There's 3 structures, and then in this third little structure, there's another fence around it. On the
All
inside
three
of
structures are in the fence.
all 3. So the outer perimeter fence of the actual area, right, it's all gated.
And then there's a 1-story large structure that has an additional.
There's a 3-story
fence
large
around it.
structure, which is the biggest of the 3
Is there a
buildings.
spare
Sorry, what I
piece
asked
of
was-
paper?
Like a chain
Full-
link or like a plasteel? Like a
The
concrete fence?
full facility.
Barry,
is
do we have a
fenced.
piece of paper we can just give Dave
Yes.
to draw?
Yes.
Then, in addition to that, the 1-story large structure is additionally fenced a second time.
What do you want me to draw?
Everything you just said.
Okay, I'm not going to draw it, but other than it's just you've got what looks like a lodge-looking building, right? It looks like a lodge. Think of like a ski lodge,
Okay.
right? It's 3 stories.
And that's in like I'm having a lot of trouble picturing this in my head.
That
Okay.
would be
So
buildings.
is the fence a square or rectangle?
So coming into the area, the greater area, right? The campus itself, right? It's fenced, right?
Okay,
It's a
the
gated.
whole-
It's a gated, secure area.
After the
Right.
land bridge.
Inside the gated area, there is a large 3-story building that you see kind of off on the left-hand side
So
of the
immediate-
road going in.
Okay. On the left side, there's a big 3. Okay.
3-story building.
All right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Outer fence. What I'm asking is there's also an inner fence around the
Correct.
lab as well.
Correct.
3-story structure, garage.
And then where's the black thing?
The black thing is the water. It's the
No,
lake.
he's talking about the moving.
Oh,
the
right.
turret.
Yeah, it's in front of the building.
Well, no, there was a spot that was all blacked out.
Right, I'm talking about the lake.
The lake is.
There's a
Copper.
lake that's completely blacked out, or there's the turret. Those are the only 2 blacked
Both
out.
Yeah,
are
the
blacked
lake.
out.
How close is the lake?
It's
Right.
down a path, right?
Yeah, it's down. There's a path that leads. So you've got those. That's not drawn to scale, but the facility that's fenced inside the perimeter is actually down a path and close to the water. The lake
Okay.
itself would normally have this kind of natural kind of glow to it, but because it is that glow is gone, leaving behind a black. And when you look at it astrally, a black residue, like
The
it
life
just
force of the lake is gone.
is gone. So it looks astrally,
Okay.
it looks like a black body of something.
Was there a turret in a fence around the lab when you worked there?
I'm going to say no.
No, there were armed
No.
there were armed security, but
There was security force for any compound, but no turret, no mechanized, no.
Did you sense anyone living? Are you able to do that with your googly eyes?
Yeah, but not through buildings. I didn't see any living person on the outside.
there's an entrance. You can go through walls, right?
If you want me to go into the facility, I can.
You're gonna see that there is some type of entrance, some type of door, but it looks like it's closed.
I'm fine to go in. I just need to be told to do so.
I think that we should have a complete picture. If it looks hairy, get out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, now that we know the outside, I could go ahead and head in to be able to cover him if anything crazy happened, but...
No, because he's going to be an astral.
Well, yeah, but if there's some dual-natured being or something that comes after him, then... I mean, if it's an astral-only being, he can just zip back, and if it's dual-natured, then it might get hurt him
Unless it attacks you and keeps you from going back.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, I mean...
In which case, bring my body. Alright, so then I'll googly body out of
We just all
mine,
go.
and
It's called
I know
astral
it's
projection.
there.
Yes. Astral. So you're gonna astral project to where?
back to the facility.
Okay.
And then I guess I'm gonna go right up to the front door of the single story with the extra fence.
And the game rules, or the kind of storyline rules, haven't changed. If there's biomatter in the walls, he will not be able to just walk through the walls.
Right. Right. Yeah, if there's an actual mana barrier there, you'd have to try and get through it and push through
So
it.
then I will try
But
to
that
push
would
my way
imply
through the
an
door.
active
You can go through the door.
mage.
You go through the door without any,
Then I'll step in. What do I see?
Right. As you step in, it opens up into a. There's like an entryway, and as you can see, there's to either side there's a large room behind it. It's kind of open area, and you can see that there are. It looks like a large dock, if you will. It has like it looks like maybe a platform or something like that that leads to like maybe some type of elevator or something that in the wall. And then there's you see off to one side there's like there's couches and things like that, a seating area, and then beyond that is like a small maybe dining area.
Yeah.
Right. Doesn't appear to be anybody in here.
Okay, so and if that's everything, if there's any other rooms, I'm just gonna kind of basically zip into them and out. And if I don't see people, then I'm out.
Yeah, you don't see anyone in here. As you go into the, if you look at the elevator, you see
That's
that
where
the
I'm going
shaft does go down.
And then I will hop on down that shaft.
All right, so you fly through the shaft. It's going to come out. There are two sub. So you reach the first sub level. This first sub level has a variety of rooms and space. They look like maybe small little labs and small little offices and things like that. And then there's a large storage area down here with various crates and things like that.
Oh, okay, various crates. So
Yeah.
if I look in there, just crates. Okay, excellent. So, okay, then after that, I'm just gonna go down to the next floor down.
And when you go to the next floor down, now almost the entirety of this floor looks like a large. It looks like a big lab. You can still see the framing of like windows and things like that, but there's a large area that looks like maybe an open lab area, and in it you're going to see there are 2 rows of 8 beds each, right? And in each one of them there is someone laying down. You see that they are attached with similar looking hosing that are being fed into some type of canister, if you will, right? That's right behind the bed. So basically the bed's laying flat, there's a body on the bed, there are 2 pieces of tube that go into some type of canister behind it, and then that is then attached, looks like, to the wall in some way, some type of piping.
Going out to the canister or into
You know,
or both.
Do
It's
I?
probably
hard to
both.
tell from the astral.
Are they alive?
Probably both.
You can't tell. Well, you could have sensed them.
Is there,
Yeah,
is,
I'll just
is
sense
there
one of them.
is there basically biology? Is it they're
They don't look
living?
they don't look alive.
Okay.
There are 8 beds. 7 of them are full. 1 of them is empty.
Yeah, I'll go to the empty bed. I just want to check that out real quick.
Okay.
Do I see like cut tubing? What do I see at that bed?
So
I'm assuming it's not.
There's no tubing laying there. There's a drape that's been pushed aside, and you look at this tank, and the tank's about the size of like the water tanks that you put on the little water dispensers.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's a little bit bigger than that. And on one side, it looks like it's connected to the wall, goes into a panel, an interface panel with some piping, and then there's some wires that you would think would be wires. If it doesn't look like anything's been like severed or frayed or anything like that.
Interesting. Nothing's been severed or frayed.
Yeah, just if something were previously connected to this thing, it's been removed in a way to where it didn't leave nothing. Doesn't look like anything broken,
Jelly was on to something.
Okay. Jeez. Okay, so looking at all of this,
But it's hard to tell from the astral plane. You can't show those details. You know?
Yeah. And then as I look around, I don't see anything putting off astral signature, do I?
Nope.
Okay. And last, looking at all these people, they don't look. Last thing I'll do is I'll sense the people just to see if there's any life in them.
Okay, go ahead and make a roll.
Or one.
Okay, 1. Yeah, the general state of that they are not living.
Okay.
So they left him there. She just,
boy.
for
Got
whatever
out
reason.
before whatever killed
Yeah.
the rest killed her.
Okay, well,
don't
this
wanna
is
go
a
back
sad state of
No.
affairs. And yeah, if there's nothing else necessarily jumping out at me in this room, then I will head back.
Okay.
So as I get back in my body, Jelly, I searched the facility. There's no living life that I can find. Is Natasha still awake?
She's since kind of now resting. She's still kind of laying down, but as the truck comes to a stop, she's gonna kind of sit up a little bit slowly, but she doesn't seem to be asking any questions yet.
So
Yeah.
you went in building.
Yes.
Third building, one behind second fence.
Yes.
Is still 3 stories,
One on
One
the
on
ground,
top,
2 beneath.
2 under.
Now, of
So they have
note,
not changed inside from original design from 15 years.
Of note to us, the second floor does have a significantly large storage center that had crates in it. I don't know what's in it, but
Okay,
To-
crates are good.
to the point down below, I saw where Natasha and the rest of them were hooked up. 7 more people laying in beds. These things coming out of their back, being hooked up to some kind of canister.
So she is from here.
Yes, I
They
found
were
her.
in good shape. It was comparative to her.
Comparative to her, she's in much better shape. None of them were alive.
Oh,
She's in much better shape. They're dead.
She's killing it. She won this
and-
one.
did you go into other 2 buildings?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I felt this one was the significant one at least. I'll speak, change back to Ukrainian. Natasha, how did you say you got out of that facility? Did you have to cut your tubings? Did you have to yank free?
She says when I sat up, I felt that I was connected to something, and I kind of leaned. I fell back and realized that I was connected via these strange things and these tubes. And when I leaned forward, they released themselves, like they broke away and released.
Well, Jelly, I'll switch back to English. Jelly, shall I tell Natasha the fate of the other folk?
I vote no.
Why didn't they all escape?
That's a good question.
Maybe she was last of experiment. Maybe she is only one live.
What it sounds like
I
is
say don't tell.
if there's no other people, they left them. And she just happened to.
They probably, a good chance they left that turret just to deter any scavengers.
Think one thing. So, Blight is 2 weeks old. She come out emaciated, very dehydrated. Maybe Blight chase everyone out of facility.
Yeah.
They leave experiments to expire.
It's not like they can't
Maybe
kidnap
she
more
is
Russian
only one
girls.
who live.
Yeah, I do think that's the case. I don't personally want a hysterical woman on the truck. I feel like she's gonna find out at some point.
Yes,
Rip the
true.
Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
Was a popular show back in 2000s. Walking Dead. Same thing. One person come out. Bill Grimes or something.
Rick Grimes.
So,
Bill Grimes.
Bill Grimes.
Bill Grimes.
Jelly, this place, I didn't check
It
the
was
other
fixed,
buildings,
was
but
changed for Russia.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
it's a good chance if there
Wow.
were guards, they wouldn't just be hiding in the other 2 buildings. Maybe they would. I don't know, Jelly. This is an interesting thing, and my curiosity is up, I will say. There could be good salvage in there.
Now you remember MF that when you were here, Like, what do you see, you know, with the tubing and things like that, and kind of what, if you're sharing what you've seen, this is completely different than what there was. Just whatever's going on here is completely different, than what was going on when you were here.
This could also be useful information to hold against whoever was doing this.
Well, if there's anything incriminating, they probably destroyed it or took it when they left. I mean,
They ran from Blight immediately and did not sink because no one else would go in.
The other thing is we got one piece of evidence right over there and 7 more in that basement.
Your mind is we go after...
I just think if they were incriminating, they would have shot
Hold
them
on.
the
If
way
we
out.
go after Evo with this, we have to go after Megacore. This is what you think?
No. We're
Okay, good.
getting into the facility,
Good.
taking useful things,
Good.
immediately leaving. That's what I want to do.
Yes.
That sounds fine then.
Jelly makes a good point.
I mean, your stray it's unfortunate what happened to her, but ultimately that's another person's monkey in a different circus.
We'll get her to Seattle, get her to some cell phone range, and then she can be on her way.
Sure, she's got family. Yeah, so I figure maybe we don't tell her anything.
Unless she's coming after you, she's blind.
We could just tell her that her friends weren't here. We
So
could tell
my
her-
thought is this. I don't know if research I work on is still there. But is still there, is still left in good shape, is very saleable.
I
Is
know.
much money
Yeah.
to corporations and is important to me. 20 years, my
years.
life, 20 years.
Could be in that storage little place right there.
Could be in facility in front. It's inside sounds different, but many storages inside computers.
Even if, well, first off, I know something about corporations, and they don't throw anything away.
No,
I'm sure the records are in there somewhere.
may still have physical. May have my notes.
Exactly. So I think we charge ahead. We get in there. Nomad will scope it out, and then we'll get what we can and get out. We'll deal with the girl after.
I think that's fine.
All right. And we will cover the details of those events next week.
All right.
All right.
Nice.
Thanks,
Cool.
Dave.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for listening to another NCRP Productions podcast. To stay on top of everything we're doing, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like us on Facebook, all at NCRP Productions. You can show your support and help us continue to produce content by joining our Patreon. We offer additional podcasts like our B-sides and have GM materials, maps, and other fun things you can discover over time. You can find our podcasts on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, and many other fine podcast sites. Just look for us at NCRP Productions. We value your thoughts, so please don't hesitate to leave us feedback or comments. And if you would like to contact us directly, you can email us at ncrpproductions@gmail.com.